Well, here we go again. It is Wednesday. The moon is in Scorpio right now, but just about void in Scorpio. So it's a quiet time with the astrology as we go into tonight's live reading session. I've just dropped a card on the floor. Which one is it? Okay, no one's here yet, but this card just fell on the floor. So here we go. Number 14, Temperance. And I guess that goes with the void, of course, moon. Just kind of good time to keep everything in balance, really. Good evening, Adrienne. So glad you could join me this evening. I see there is actually someone else there as well. So this is great. We're gathering steam already. Sam is here. Hi, Sam. I'm so glad you're with us tonight. So this card just popped out, just while I was rambling at the very beginning there. It's the Temperance card. It's number 14. And we're going into a Sagittarius moon tomorrow. It's quite a long time away yet. It's 2:43 p.m. Pacific, 5:43 Eastern. And gosh, more than a day away, 10:43 p.m. here in UK. Good evening, Philip. Nice to see you. And hi, Lexi. Hi to you as well. Lexi McCormick is with us. Haven't seen you for a while, Lexi. Really glad you're able to join us tonight. So I hope we're going to have some fun. Debbie Fitzsimmons is here. Hi to you. And hi to the chat friends. Great, guys. Say hello to each other because this is a group, really. That's what it's kind of forming itself into. And I'm really delighted to see that, I say this so often in these lives. It's just, it's great the way people come together. And we all sort of comfort each other in this world, which is rather a crazy place to be at the moment. April is here. Hi, April. Nice to see you. Lexi has been moving. Stressful but exciting. Oh, yeah. One of the most stressful things you can do, moving, actually. Gosh, yeah. I had a stroke once just after I moved into this house. I've only been here a few weeks. And there's so much to think about, isn't there, when you move, and then because you've got to make a decision and you never know exactly what's going to happen and exactly what's going to be happening. Good evening, Donna, by the way. Glad you're here with us this evening. And I was in this house and it's miles from anywhere. I was saying, God, what have I done? And it takes a while to get used to living away from people. For about the first month, I would drive into town every day, which is like a 30-minute drive, and just buy a sandwich and come back, just so I'd kind of gone out and done something. And I slowly got used to living here. And I've been here ever since. It's 30 years ago now. And I'm blinking glad I'm here. Adrienne is asking what is on the cards for her near future. Okay, now I'm shuffling, but there's one actually turned itself over there. Oh, right, Adrienne, 7 of Cups. So that looks pretty promising, really. Got a lovely magical number in the shape of 7 there. And just a really positive feeling about this card. This cup is reaching up out of a sea of kind of green and yellow, which I guess is meant to be blue, really, is it? It's definitely green on the card, but they've sort of made it a bluish kind of a tint. So happiness coming out of feeling blue is one of the things I psychically get from this card for you, Adrienne. I would say lucky. Yes, I would really say lucky. And when I think of, cards I've pulled for you in recent times, Adrienne, I really do feel things are on the up for you. Things are moving up. And how can I put this? It's not just a question that, happiness is coming in, which it is for you. But it's, lucky in the sense of, some good things are going to happen that might very well be the last things that you would ever expect to happen. Adrienne. So good luck with that is what I'm saying. This card has actually got a Scorpio symbol down at the bottom there, and it's got a Venus symbol up at the top of it. So that is the sort of astrological side of this card, which kind of gives a hint to things as well. And I notice that there are 5 cups bursting out of the top of the cup that's coming out of the sea there. And that is spontaneous, that is really the last thing you'd expect. That's why I'm saying that, really. Now, these cards, guys, have also got spheres of the Sephiroth. That's what these rings around all the images on this deck are. And the Sephiroth are the circles that we see in the Tree of Life all joined up. And I must admit, I haven't studied them for quite a long time, and I can't remember what they all are, but there's the green one. That's all I can say about that. Adrienne, I'm waiting for my life's winter to be over. Oh, right, yeah. Well, I think we all sympathise with that because really, wherever we are in the world right now, even in the southern hemisphere, it's a time of change. We are actually coming out of winter in the northern hemisphere, and that is, I'm just so glad of that. I watched one of Celtic Tarot Sheila's videos a little bit earlier on today, and she's watering some plants. She's planting stuff and watering it right at the beginning of the video, and that's wonderful to see. That's what I've been doing as well, but I cannot wait for stuff to actually start growing, because Sheila's got nice green leaves coming out of things because of where she is. I guess the weather's a bit warmer, but we've got a really short growing season here in UK, and all I've got is potatoes in the ground. I've got a few leeks sticking up, the ones that the chickens haven't eaten yet, and I'm absolutely longing for the end of winter, because this winter particularly has been a long dark night of the soul for just about everyone in the world, actually. Even the well-off, even the rich, even people you'd think had nothing to worry about have all kind of been going through this lockdown thing and feeling the energy of that. Just hasn't been good times this whole year, really, and I think we're all looking forward to things changing and people getting lifted out of it. Yeah. Great to think that winter's ending. It really is. Okay, so I guess some of you have seen, in fact, I think quite a few of you have actually commented on the video I did about the Great Reset. And yeah, it's been too long with all those O's in it. Yeah, it's been much too long. But I got to thinking about the Great Reset because winter was actually ending, and I'm feeling like I can actually do something about the things that bother me in life again, and it's not, having troubles in life is one thing and a very serious thing, but having troubles and there's nothing you can actually do about it, that is kind of quite worrying. And I was just watching my food stash going down and thinking, when will things start growing again? But I've actually got a rhubarb plant growing out in the garden now, and something positive there, because I can actually already cut bits of rhubarb off it and make something to eat with it, which is great. But oh, it's a long, hard slog, and this really it's like the darkest time of winter. They say that, it's always the darkest just before dawn. I believe that was actually the name of a movie. Well, I know it was yeah, Rhubarb Pie. That's where it's at. Yeah, it's always the darkest just before dawn. It's the name of a movie. I think a Second World War movie, going back all the way there. And that is the nature of spirituality and the way it all goes. We go through these long, dark nights of the souls, and it's always healed by the energy of the moment. It tends to be the last possible moment when things come up. Hello, Kira Cowman. Nice to see you. Yeah, loads of people coming in now. This is what we like. All I need is donuts. Yes, Denise, that is all I need, most definitely. I've run out of them now, actually. I'll have to get some wacky British food to eat on camera. I've got a packet of Trader Joe's pita chips, I think they're called, which is still downstairs in the kitchen, so I'm not going to launch into those tonight. And I don't think they're anything like as much fun as donuts. They actually look as if they might be quite healthy, quite good for you. But I don't know, what's Trader Joe's like? I know they sell like tools and boat winches and just about everything, so I don't know what their food's like, but I'm looking forward to eating them sometime anyway. I'm sure I'm living the good life. Yes, I am, Sam. That is what it's all about. It really is. Okay, right, let's go to Lexi, right? She's asking any insight for us at the new place. And I have got many decks of cards with me, Oracle and Tarot here tonight, as always. But I'm just sitting here shuffling and playing around with Tarot of the Sephiroth, which is a tatty old box now. I've had this box a long time, but the cards are still pretty good. So I'm going to do a reading about Lexi McCormack's new place. I'm going to take the first 3 cards off the top of the deck and see what we actually get with this. Right, first of all, it's number 2. It's the High Priestess. Okay. I'll think about that, Adrienne. Lots and lots of them, actually, but some of it probably wouldn't make it over here. Root beer, that's something I really miss. I had root beer in Canada in 1978, 79, possibly. Yeah, I think it was 1979. I was in Toronto and I had root beer lots. So much so that I had to go to hospital, which wasn't cheap. But I absolutely love root beer, and they do not sell it in UK. They simply do not sell it here. One of those things. But Lexi, knowledge. Can't read everything it says in here because it's in the old kind of Torah language. But knowledge, the high priestess, knowledge, and particularly, Lexi, this plays into the journey that you're on. Excuse my filthy fingers from gardening. It's soil, by the way. It's nothing sinister. It's soil. Now, the high priestess is sitting in this doorway, and we can't see what's behind. And this is one of the things about a new place. You never actually know where the journey of life is actually taking you, but you have to make that leap of faith and go for the new place. That's the way it invariably works when you're moving house. But Lexi, you've done the right thing. That's what I've said. That's what I would say here, because it says knowledge on this card, and now you actually know a bit more about what you're getting into. So it looks positive so far. Looks very positive indeed. Actually, it's very starry behind the high priestess. So all the heavenly energies, all the positivity is kind of shining out for you there. So that's a real positive first card. Next card we've got Three of Wands, and it's come up upside down. So getting things done, and being the Three of Wands, this is very early in the journey that you're on at the moment, and there'll be a lot that you need to get done and a lot that you want to get done. But this card's come up upside down, so there are going to be other things to do. Lexi, there are things that are going to feel as if they're getting in the way, but embrace them, sort them out, one thing at a time, okay? Because that way you will actually get the time and the energy available to you when it's all done to turn the Three of Wands over. I remember when my daughter was small, I had to do loads of work to the house, fitting safety gates and stuff, and I had to put fences up all around the garden so they didn't like fall down the embankments or anything like that. And I was moaning to an elderly chap. I was moaning about it to an elderly chap who I knew, and he said, "Oh, just get it done." He said, "Once it's done, it's done. You know, and you won't have to do it again." And he was so right. I kept going for another couple of months, and it was all done, and it was all coolio. And so that's the thing. Keep on working through things, okay? And then you'll turn that round. Three of Wands, you'll be early on your sort of path with the new place, but you will start getting things done really soon. And since there's a number 3 there, I'm going to say give it about 3 weeks time, and a lot of the the paperwork, all the crazy little details you have to sort out with a new place will have passed on. And the third card about you, for you, Lexi, okay, it is this one. It's the Strength card. It's number 8 in this deck. So it's positive, and it's saying you can do it. That's the overbearing message of this card in this situation. You absolutely can do it. You do have the strength. This lion is probably scaring this woman a bit, but she's not letting her fears show. That's the most important thing, Don't kind of show any fear, even to yourself, Just kind of block it out and keep on going into it blindly, and you're going to get through it, Lexi, okay? It's a good place. That's the psychic side of what's coming into me. It's a good place. It's a good move. It's going to be tricky to begin with. That's all I'm really picking up that gives me any sense of concern. It's tricky to begin with. Right. Okay. So some more requests coming in there. Thanks for your question, Lexi. Let me just scroll up a bit and see where we're going next. Oh, hi, Jess. By the way, yes, I will certainly do you a card as time progresses. Well, Cowman isn't too difficult. Kira is a strange one on me, but that's only because I live away from the world. There's lots of people around called Kira, but I haven't met any of them apart from you yet. Yeah, the giant box of Hostess donuts. That sounds really good. Chocolate crumb and powdered. That is going to do me for at least 3 live streams if you do that. Yeah, I love root beer too. It's fantastic. Darkness wins. Hey, Twig, is Tavia, the one for me, or is she going to leave me for someone else? Well, darkness wins. Before I even pull a card, what you've got to think about is the law of attraction. Okay, really, you can put yourself into it 100% if you want this to work. And by 100%, what I mean is really, you know, look at all sides of it. If you need to slow things down a little bit, do it. I know it's really hard to kind of read people's minds, but it's impossible to read people's minds. You'd think I could read people's minds, wouldn't you? But I can't. That's not really what mediumship is about. But let's do you a card about that. Okay. Let's do you a card. Right, what we've got is the moon. So, right, interesting. Danger of being led by a false light here. And I think darkness wins. I think you're kind of worrying a bit too much about this. I think that's where the false information is actually coming in here. Because the moonlight, it's a tricky light, you know. There is something kind of slightly misleading, something slightly dark. But, you know, even in full moonlight, it's not like the middle of the day, not by any means. But it is actually sunlight that's being reflected off the moon. Okay, so carve a path through the darkness. Darkness wins, and don't let it win. All right, I've said that to you before, haven't I? You know that's something for you, really. Darkness, it really is. But just please, everyone, you know, bear in mind, darkness can't win if you keep shining a light on it. And you know, even on a full moon night. Even on a new moon night where the moon is barely lit up at all, there is a bit of sunlight there. There is a bit of truth there. So I haven't given you a clear-cut answer to that one, okay? It hangs in the balance, darkness wins. You've got to really do your best to make it happen as best you can. And that can mean hands-off as well as hands-on. Just judge it. I'm only getting that message for you because you're capable of judging it, okay? How could I forget? How could I forget? Goodness me. You know, my subscribers are kind of going up quite nicely at the moment. I've hit 1,200 now, which is really lovely. Danny Shea gave me a mention, and Celtic Tarot Sheila and Danny Shea both kind of shouted me out a bit on the remote view last week, and I got some more subscribers, which is great. And I'm going to be on Celtic Tarot Sheila's The Remote View 1 week from Friday on the 12th of March, 1 p.m. Mountain Time on Sheila's channel. I'm so looking forward to that, you know. I think it'll help my subscribers. I think it'll help my channel. But I'm really just looking forward to it, you know. I think that I'm actually going to be sitting here in Wales, UK, coming at people live from Colorado Springs. Wonderful. And all the great energy of Nine's Corner and Dr. Whimsy and Sheila herself as well. So looking forward to that. Okie dokie. Right. Now then. Okay, Kira. You might have to remind me, but I'll come to you. I want to come to you. And I'm here for a while. We're less than 20 minutes into this, so there's bags and bags of time. Hi to you, Kat May. Thank you for joining us. Now, Rupali is asking, will I get my expected salary job in March month? Right, I'm going to do a card about that. I think I'm going to need the pendulum as well. Rupali, what I've got here is the Five of Swords. That is very far from an absolute positive affirmation of anything, Rupali. But it's definitely not a no either. There's a lot of thinking going on, actually. And what you need to try and do is just organize the thoughts you're having about this into a nice square pattern so that you kind of, it's like getting your ducks in a row. It's you know, it's like basically stop worrying is what it's all about. That's the best thing you can do here. We've got Libra energy down at the bottom, and we've got the symbol for Saturn up at the top, which I think is a Sagittarius. It must be because I'm a Sagittarius. Yeah, Saturn is the it's the ruling planet of Sagittarius. So you've got the changeability of Sagittarius there, but the Libra of balance. And that's what's really crucial. Okay, Rupali, I'm going to do a pendulum read for you now. We'll just get a yes or no from the pendulum for you, okay? Now, this pendulum fact, both the pendulums I've got here tonight do circles for yes and side to side for no. So will Rupali get her expected salary job in March month? It's doing circles, Rupali. It's giving me a yes. But my friend, I know your faith is very strong, and I appreciate that, and I respect you for that, Rupali. You've got very strong faith, and it's wonderful. But you know how it goes. I can't absolutely 100% promise exactly what I say is going to happen. I hate putting for entertainment purposes only on these videos, because I believe totally in this stuff. But just by law, you know, I've got to be so careful about what I say. But the main sort of thing that I'm really sure about, Rupali, is just that Five of Swords situation, you know. Just kind of, it's almost like waking up, you know. There's an awakening going on from the Four of Swords is more about taking a rest. This is, you know, things are waking up for you, Rupali. So, you know, you are on a positive path with this at the moment. And March looks like a pretty good month for you, I would say. And the pendulum gave you a yes. So I sincerely hope that that has helped you. And thanks for your question, Rupali. And it's great to see you again, Rupali. I haven't seen you for ages. Alina is here. Wonderful to see you, Alina. Hi to you. Okay, let's just do some more scrolling. Right, Kiara Calvin, I get all sorts of versions. If you have a chance, could I get a read on my relationship, please and thank you? Okay, well, hey, please and thank you. You can't ask for more than that. Going with the top 3 cards. So far, everything tonight has been Tarot of the Sephiroth, but that's the way it goes. I get drawn to these other decks over here, if that's what I have to use, and I'm sure I will be as things go on. Card number 1, Kira Kalman, for your relationship. Wheel of Fortune, okay, number 10 in the Major Arcana. So the journey is on. There are 21 cards in the Major Arcana in this deck, and the journey is on when you get the Wheel of Fortune. In fact, you know, you're actually, you know, it's not like the journey's going to start. The journey is actually on. So I feel in terms of the relationship, you know who this is. Maybe you're with this person already. Maybe you're wondering which way it's actually going to be going forward. And Rupali, you're very welcome. It's nice to see you. But yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is a spinning. That's the present, okay? I'm going to do 3 cards, and this is kind of where you are right now. Then we're going to look at the heart of the matter in the next card. But the Wheel of Fortune stops at some point, and you can jump off. You might even have some control over it, you know? It's real wild spinning energy with the Wheel of Fortune. But that card comes up because there's something you're going to be able to do about it. You're going to get a result of some kind, some kind of outcome. So, middle card, heart of the matter. For your question, Kira, 3 of, was it? No, it's not. It's the 10 of Wands. I thought it wasn't the 3. 10 of Wands. Very, very fiery energy going off with this. And it is actually the fire signs when we get involved with the suit of Wands. What we've got on here, we've got the Sagittarius symbol down the bottom, and we've got the Saturn symbol at the top again. So 10 of Wands, it's, Wands are always about action and getting things done. So things are on the move, you know, things are going places. But the Sagittarius energy can sometimes reach a bit too far and just spring back. I know, I'm a Saggy, you know. We've got all the kind of amazing outlook and big ideas of Aquarius, but we don't always follow them through. So this situation might not be following through, and that might be what's giving you concern at the moment. Okay, but 10 of Wands, that's the heart of the matter. Outcome for you here, 7 of Discs. Okay, well, Pentacles, really, and it's usually about money, you know, steady income, money coming in and everything being nice and steady. But since you were asking about relationships, I'm going to apply it to that. It's the same deal, though, really. A very, very positive card, the 7 of Discs. So, I mean, it's about abundance coming in. So, you know, your relationship situation is going to grow and become more positive, and it's going to keep being positive. But there's a golden shovel there. You got to keep doing the work, my friend. Energy of this card is Taurus, and we've got this one up at the top. and I've got to admit I can't remember what they all are, but that is definitely Taurus down the bottom there, because we got the horns on the bull there. Okay, and being a disc card, it's earth sign energy, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, very earthy. Get yourself grounded, take a rest from things when you need to as well. Allow it to cool down. It will not be the end of it by any means. So Kira Cowman, thank you for your question, and thanks for being with us tonight, by the way. Hope you're enjoying the video. Hope everybody is, actually, because I am having some fun here. Okay, April saying I will have to come back to finish the video. Oh, April. Well, hey, thanks for coming in while you could, my friend. I've been trying doing these at different times, and I'm still experimenting at the moment. And around this time of night seems to be when I can reach a lot of people. And I know it's the day in a lot of the world where people are looking in. But quick drink of water, excuse me. I might try some random times as well. I mean, if I come on at 9 a.m. UK time, it's going to be 2 a.m. Pacific, and I don't know if anyone's going to be around then. Or 5 a.m. Eastern. You just never know. But hey, we'll keep going. Right. Okay. A card for me, Donna. Yeah, I certainly will. Eunice Ruffin, hello. Love and light to you. So glad you could be with us this fine evening. Okay. Right, I bet I've missed someone out here, right? Do remind me, okay? Keep coming and reminding me, because I'm not actually working with a list here or anything like this. I just go where I'm drawn to, okay? Basher is asking, will I be able to housebreak Luca? He's very resistive. Yeah, he's an unpredictable kind of soul, isn't he, Basher? That's what I feel. Glad he's come to you, though. You were asking me about him a little while ago, so he has actually come to you. That's great. Yeah, you will be able to housebreak him, Basher, in many ways, right? In all the ways that matter. But he's an enigmatic character, is Luca. He's kind of not a creature that shows his true feelings all the time. That's what I've got to say about that. Okay, and a card for that one, Basher. 4 of discs. Okay, now when we get the 4, we've got a kind of nice 4 square feeling, and that plays into domestic matters very nicely. Yeah, he's a wild Pomeranian. I remember you were asking me about him a couple of weeks ago. I'm so glad he's come to you. I really am. You know, but yeah, that wild energy, you know, they can come to trust people, and I don't think it's the case that they never fully trust people. I'm sure his trust, I'm sure his trust will build and build, particularly because we've got the 4 of discs here, which is kind of, it's a nice steady card, a nice steadiness about it. It shows like good things keep happening. But you know that sometimes people take on wild creatures, and you know the people around you might be saying, "Oh, you know, it'll always be wild." Well, I've got a feral cat who lives with me. She's in some of my videos. She's called Tinkerbell. She's very feral, but you know she's never sort of bit me. She bites my hand and sort of chews on my skin, but she never sinks her teeth in or anything like that. And now. If you like cat videos, it's like the best cat video channel I've ever seen anywhere on the internet. It's called I Am Puma, and it's I_am_Puma, Puma, and it's this Russian couple, and they've got a pet puma, really great big wow puma that lives in the house with them, and it's so friendly, you know, and a lot of what we fear about wild animals is just kind of, I don't know, it's ancestral memories or something. You know, no animal's really going to attack you if you're looking after it well. And, you know, you weren't thinking that Luca would attack you anyway, I'm sure, Basher. But just, you know, you'll have to be patient. You'll have to give it time, bottom line. You have to give it time. And as Nicola says, my feral cat does that, bites but not hard. Yeah, absolutely. That's the way they are. Yeah, thanks for your question, Basher. Thanks for coming on over tonight. Hi, Raven. Raven is here. Yeah, most certainly I will. You've been working on your health. I'm so glad to hear that, Raven. Okay, health is where it's at. Julius is here too. Hi to you, Julius. I will come to you and do that question, my friend. Okay, but I missed one out somewhere up here, so I'm just going back looking for it. Lexi has introduced me to you and some other bits, and I am enjoying it thoroughly. Wonderful, wonderful. Great stuff. Darkness, does my grandma Nana have any messages for me and my dad in spirit? I can feel a connection. Not sure what she's showing me. She's sort of reaching out, you know. She's reaching out. Yeah, she's showing me concern about something, Darkness. What can it be? Yeah, I think they are, Nicola. Right, what I'm getting, Darkness, right, is that she's like reaching out and you're getting something that feels like physical contact from her. You'll be able to feel, oh, let's take my hat off, and I've cut all my hair off for once. You'll be able to feel like tingling. Sometimes it feels like head lice, okay, but she's very close to you. That's the message. I'm getting a feeling of concern from her, but it's not concern that something bad's going to happen. She's really concerned to let you know that she actually is around, okay? And in terms of your dad, it's a sense of healing, really. When people go to the other side, they actually see the reality of everything that happened on Earth for what it actually is. And I feel there's a bridge to build with your dad. That's the feeling I get. But that bridge is actually being built at the present time. Okay. I hope that helps you. I really do. Sometimes I do spiritualist services where it's all messages from the spirit world, and I tend to get a lot more detail when I do that. That's not the way this channel has been going. But as I try to come up with a regular schedule, what I might do is 2 nights a week of reading cards and 1 night where it's sort of pure mediumship and I'm not using cards and going that way. I think that might actually be very productive. But main thing I got to tell you, darkness wins, right? They become pure light when they go to the other side. Okay, there's nothing physical left at all. All the ailments are healed. Everything is healed. And slowly but surely from the other side, they allow any relationship problems you had with them when they were in this life, they allow those to heal, and they do what they can. And they send you love. I'm sure of that. They're sending you love all the time. Right. Where was I going to go next? Right, Julius, may I ask if the Virgo lady that I always thinking could possibly appear in front of me after this disease? By the way, she's a medical doctor. Okay. Right, now I think I did a reading for you about this before, right? And I was saying that she has been in a situation where she felt locked into it before, you know. But that was before, okay? That's not where she is now. That's a thing of the past, but it's still in her mind sometimes, you know. It's something she hasn't really healed from. So, I mean, the answer is yes, you're going to see her for sure. But, I mean, yeah, it's also a yes to that's going to happen when you actually see the end to the COVID thing. And nobody really knows when that's going to be yet, to be honest, okay? I'm really hopeful. I don't mean to be a messenger of doom about COVID. It is all going to be sorted out one day. But at the moment, even though there's great positive news about vaccinations and things opening up again and coming back to life, viruses by nature mutate, right? And there's a very strong possibility that things will spike again because all the economists and all the big businesses want things open again so they can start making more money again and get us all working for them like slaves again. And I think people are going to sort of push more than a little bit too hard, actually. And there's just risks yet. I don't think we're out of the woods by quite a long way, but I do think we're coming out of the woods, and I'm sure there is going to be good news one day. And I'm not a Donald Trump fan at all. I never have been, ever since the first time I heard of him donkeys years ago. He's really not my kind of guy at all. But he said one thing that he's been criticised for a lot, and I would criticise him for the way he said it, but I think he unintentionally stumbled upon a truth, and it was right at the beginning of all this, when he said, we're going to wake up one day and it will have gone. And that is true. We are going to wake up one day and it will have gone. So, bottom line, Julius, yes, I think it's going to be a while yet, but you will see her. And just be as gentle as you can when you're talking to her and when you're approaching her. Okay, because as a Virgo lady, she's going to like things to be all kind of, not exactly the way she wants them, but a way she's comfortable with. She's going to want to sort of feel emotionally tidy about it, if that makes sense. So I hope that helps you, Julius, and thanks for your question. And also, sir, thank you so much for supporting my channel. My channel. I so appreciate it. I really do. Darkness, your hair is itchy sometimes. Yeah, well, I guess all our hair is itchy sometimes, to be absolutely honest about that. But there's a kind of spiritual contact that people feel, and you just you get to know that it's not actually a head itching. You haven't actually got head lice. There's something special about it, and it's because we have a crown chakra at the top of our head where we link to these celestial energies. Sam, how do you think the virus really started? Gosh, well, Sam, to be honest, I believe a lot about the bat eating thing in China having a lot to do with it. I'm sure, actually, I feel certain that it did originate in China. I think the laboratory was involved and everything. But I think, looking behind that, right, I think it was always going to happen somewhere, Sam, and it's just because of the way we treat the planet, and in a lot of ways the way we treat each other as well. And I don't mean you and I mean the way we're kind of treated by government bodies, possibly the way we treat them as well up to an extent, but I'm not blaming any of us. But, when you kind of have a situation where we're nearly all now living at least part of our diet, we're living on like crazy slurries that people don't know what's actually in the meat or in the food they're eating. And that's why I'm really loving working in my garden and growing things. That kind of situation is always going to cause wacky viruses that mutate, that can't be contained, that can't be controlled. And I feel very strongly that that's where it actually came from. Bioengineered bioweapon. Could very well be, Sam. It could very well be, Adrian. Yeah, I really think it could be that. But at the end of the day, right, the biosphere, the planet, the world that we live in, it's just, we haven't been treating it right for so long. I remember when I was a tiny little child in what we call infant school in UK, aged about 6, and this was about the time of the moon landings. And the teachers were urging us to use less paper to save the forests, to save the trees. And there wasn't the same panic about the environment in those days, anything like the same panic. But we were all conscious of it, and we've never done enough to put it right. So maybe we've created our own bioweapon. But Adrienne, absolutely. And I don't know if you can get absolutely everything on YouTube in every country. But guys, there was a British television series in like 1975 through to the early 80s, several different series of it. And it's called Survivors, yeah, not The Survivors, just Survivors. And it actually starts with a Chinese, could be Japanese, so I should know the difference. But it's either a Chinese or a Japanese scientist with a great big flask of some kind of deadly disease that he's working on. And he drops it on the floor and it smashes. And you can't tell in the opening sequence whether he dropped it on purpose or whether it was an accident. But the next thing, he gets on a plane and he's got a headache, And then the next thing after that, there's virtually no one left alive in the world apart from this group of survivors who are going around UK. And over about a 6-year period of this thing showing, they end up getting steam engines working again and stuff like that. But when this whole thing broke out, I was really strongly reminded of that, actually. And I think it could very well be a bioweapon, you know. Something from virus to mutate, from animal to human. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But then, how long has it already been going on? You know, that's the question. And I would certainly say that it really is only since, I suppose, that I think it was like the 1950s when people really started creating these crazy foods. But people have been eating wacky stuff for a long time and having contact with animals as well. So I'm really not sure. I hope it's not a bioweapon, but it might very well have been that, you know. It might very well have been that. Anyway, let's read on into the night because I've got my cards here. Let's keep on doing that. Yeah, I think so, son. Yeah. So, Raven's been working with Archangel Raphael lately. Would love a message in regards to that and healing. Okie dokie. Let's put those down. I'm going to use this deck. I've got an angel deck here, but I'm just drawn to use this deck. I had lots of angelic messages coming from this over the years. So, okay. Message in regards to working with Archangel Raphael and healing. Okay, right. What's coming to me before I've even got a card, Raven, is healing is the kind of thing that you do together, either with the angels or with other people, or preferably along kind of both strands of it. Card I've got for you, they're telling me fan the deck. Okay, right. Here's one I can never pronounce. Teacher. Okay, Raven, you are being taught. There are lessons going on here. And this teacher is very, very purple and, gold as well. But there's the gold light shining through the healing energy. They go together, but the gold is shining through it. Okay, so in regards to healing, whatever you're going through at the moment and the journey towards healing that is actually, it's a kind of training, it's a kind of learning. It's going to make you a stronger healer and it's going to be good in terms of self-healing as well. Now, psychically with this card, Raven, I'm picking up the need for self-healing, and I don't know what form of healing you're doing, but whenever we are sort of attuning ourselves to a healing energy, it's good to do self-healing to begin with, to channel that energy, to let that energy flow through ourselves. And you have a particular guiding light, one angel in particular, who is actually working with you on behalf of Archangel Raphael, actually working with you, absolutely for certain. But at the same time, actively try and channel that healing into yourself. You're being very unselfish about it, Raven, and that is a wonderful thing, but you really do need to sort of bring it through yourself. That really is what it's all about. Okay, so I can't pronounce the name, but that was the teacher card for you. I hope that's helped you. I really do. People are saying stuff. Let me see. Yeah, Adrienne, yes, you mentioned that the other day, the gift. I haven't looked into it yet because March is a real busy time. We have a short growing season in UK, and I've just got to get loads done in the garden in March. Plant quite a lot of it, plant the rest of it in April and May. But March is, I'm like the mad March hare in the nursery rhyme, I'm just, and in Taro in Wonderland as well, actually. Running around like a headless chicken at the moment, trying to get everything done. And I hardly get any screen time at the moment. It's one reason I enjoy this so much. So I can sit down and calm down. And you can see all the soil down my nails. And I've scrubbed my hands several times and they're still covered in soil. But I'm looking forward to seeing the gift, actually, Adrienne. I will look it up and I'm looking forward to seeing it because it sounds a good one. It really does. Okay. Jessica, I've got a bird's nest in my garden bush by my back door. The birds fly around in the morning. Yeah, that's wonderful. And birds are very much to do with the higher chakras. I mean, they're uplifting to watch, and they're uplifting to be around as well. They really are. Andy, have you heard of David Ickenham? Well, do you mean David Icke? She's retracted it. Maybe that was a typo. Yeah, I've sure heard of David Icke anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I'm quite a fan in a lot of ways. Yeah. Okay. Raven saying there definitely is a spiritual lesson in what I'm going through. Yeah, there certainly is. There certainly is. But it's important not to... As you progress with this healing journey, Raven, it's important not to kind of come to dislike the person you were before you got that healing into you. It's all, it's all part of the journey. I was just told there to sort of reassure you, whatever might have gone on in the past, is all coolio, and is actually all part of the journey. Everything we go through in life is training for the next bit of life. That's really how it works. I was talking to a medium the other night, he's been a medium for quite a while, but he's certainly still in development. He serves churches and he is very good, but something around that came up with him as well. We were talking about a kind of mediumship called trance mediumship, and that's where you go into a trance and the spirit people speak through you, which I've done occasionally. And he was saying that when he was younger, he always used to be able to do impersonations of people and get the voice sort of pretty good so everyone would laugh and recognize it. And that for him is all part of his kind of training of life, making him ready to be a trance medium so he can actually adopt and recreate the voice of whoever's speaking through him as it comes. It's an amazing subject, trance mediumship. It really is. Adrienne's got coal miner's hands all the time. No worries. Yeah, don't worry, because it shows you're doing something. It's so important to be doing something. Beverly, yeah, I'm home. Made it. Great to see you. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm home. Brilliant. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, but first, yeah, what do I think about his lizard theory? Sam, well, it's very out there. Very, very out there. Very hard to believe. Okay. But I've stood close to Prince Charles. When I was really young, I was about 10 years old then, and I stood very close to Prince Charles. And it wasn't like any other human being I've ever stood close to before. And I was just talking about trance mediumship there. I wouldn't have believed it really was possible until two things. Until one, I saw a medium who I absolutely trust doing it, and I could believe that she would never fake anything. And secondly, I've done it myself several times, and that's the only reason I can believe it's possible, because it's so out of this world. It's like unbelievable. And I think there's something going on with David there. I think he's on the money in some ways. I don't know if he'll ever really get everyone to believe in his lizard theory. And I don't know if, some of it is actually just in his own mind, but he's putting his finger on something. There's something real there, and it could be absolutely true. It could be absolutely true. David, for example, has been, I think it's Machu Picchu, and then there's this big stone doorway, and he's like leaned against it and listened up to it and tried to get in touch with what's on the other side of it. And he has actually made spiritual journeys on a level that most of us could only dream of, because he's made a bit of money on his books, and he can, travel the world and do these things. And I think he has got some fantastic knowledge, and I think he's a kind of star seed, He's kind of put here to share this information around. Because he was a footballer, a successful footballer. He could have made a lot of money as a footballer. He didn't have to come out with all this stuff and have people laughing at him and mocking him. There's a positive reason why he did that. The lizards are incarnated from another planet. Yeah, I've got no reason to disagree with that at all, Sam. Yeah. Let's do a reading. Debbie Fitzsimmons is asking, do you see me starting my next journey soon, or should I wait a little while longer? Okay. Which deck is feeling loneliest here? Tarot in Wonderland. Okay. Let's bring out Tarot in Wonderland and do that question for Debbie there. Okay. Right. I've forgotten what the question was now because it took so long to get the deck out of the box. But here it is. So let's see. Debbie, do you see me starting my next journey soon, or should I wait a little while longer? Just while I'm shuffling, you bought his books in '92. Well, you know, great. There was actually very, very few people believing him in him in those days, Sam. I imagine that was a good buy. I imagine it was a great read. I should think you got a lot out of that. I really should. Yeah, but I do see David Icke as a starseed, certainly. So, Debbie, do you see me starting my next journey soon, or should I wait a little while longer? Okay. Right. Card I've got for you on that one, Debbie. Queen of Swords, right? I'll do 3. This is the first card off the top. Queen of Swords. Lots of thinking to do. She is a very, very shrewd character. She's quite a strict mistress as well, the Queen of Swords. So, as you're deciding on that, right, make sure you've got a good plan. Don't pull the wool over your own eyes. We can do that, actually. We can, you know, we can all pull the wool over our own eyes and not see the thing for what it is. Be absolutely sure about what you want to be doing and where you actually want to go with this journey. Have a plan, okay? Don't be too random about it. If you have a plan, the energy of the Queen of Swords is going to make it go really well. If you don't have a plan, it's not going to take you to the places it could take you, Debbie. That's the bottom line. Card number 2. Oh, I've got hiccups, and that always means I'm sort of somewhere close to being on the money with this. For entertainment purposes only, by the way, YouTube. Gotta say it. Gotta say it, or I wouldn't. Number 13, it's the Death card, Debbie. Okay, and that is big changes. Okay, but with this Death card, the particular way this Death card appears in Tarot in Wonderland, you see, she's blowing the candle out. Right, you've got to kind of close the door behind you in order to be able to go further. So in terms of, you know, should you wait? Only you really know. But you've got to wait at least until you can be sure you've closed that door. That's the heart of the matter. Third card on that one, Knight of Cups, appreciating good things. You know, okay, the things you long for, the things you desire. Make sure you're actually aiming for something that's going to be a quality life for you, Debbie, okay? 3 cards there. Pretty straightforward advice there, considering this is Tarot in Wonderland, and it's a very sort of all over the place kind of energy in the deck. But yeah, okay. So be sure, right? The timing of this is really up to you, Debbie. It's got to be when you're ready to actually close that door. You know, that's when it really matters. Okay. And then where we going? Where we going? Cat Mayors here. Sure. Okay, guys. Yeah, more cards in a set. I'm fascinated with this thing we're talking about with David Icke here. Chris Engel is saying, David, come here. Likes David Icke. Well, yeah, I think a lot of the guy. I really do. Yeah, it's just sometimes, you know, when you get someone as revelatory as that involved in life, it changes all your paradigms, you know. If you actually accept what David Icke's saying, it changes all the things you've always believed in, you know. But I've been through that experience coming into being a spiritualist medium. And, you know, this is how I kind of trust the cards so much, because the cards never lie. And, you know, the spirit people, even more so, you know, they're always bang on the money. They always get it right. The angels always come in and help. I believe in all those things. Had to shift my paradigm every time to believe in those things. But, you know, I believe in them. And they come up for real. They really do. They really do. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to Jess Waddingham. I'm going to stay with Tarot in Wonderland. She's saying, can I have a card, please, if you have time? Sure, I've got time, Jess. Sure, I've got time. Good God, the time flies when you're enjoying yourself. I'm going to take another drink of water before I do this card for Jess. But I am going to do this card for Jess. That's what it's all about. have been going nearly an hour. I feel like I've sat here for about 5 minutes, you know. So there you go. I'm enjoying myself. Hope you guys are as well. Thanks all for watching, by the way. And just a quick note, please hit the thumbs up button if you're enjoying this. It helps the channel. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. That helps no end as well. And if you'd like to buy me a coffee or just show a little bit of appreciation and send a tiny bit of money to me towards running the channel, do please visit my page at coffee.com/Andy's Readings. There's a link to it under the last video on my channel. You can't put descriptions in these ones until they've been uploaded later. But if you look at the last uploaded video I did, like yesterday, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. Then there is a link to my coffee page underneath that. So check it out. ko-fi.com/Andy's Readings. Got there in the end. Jess Waddingham, a card for Jess. Right, let's do that. And you saw a crow today. Wonderful. Love crows, love their energy. Brilliant. Okay, Jess, the card I've got for you is this one. It is number 9. It's the Hermit, right? So there's all the traditional tarot significance of the Hermit there. Looking inside yourself, maybe you're kind of feeling a bit too hidden away from the world at the moment. I know you're someone who'd like to be out and about more. I know that the pandemic situation is causing you a lot of, restrictions, bringing a lot of restrictions around you. It's bringing them around all of us, but I'm aware that you're really feeling it. I don't think you're really happy being the Hermit at the moment, but it's the place to be. It really is, Jess. Okay, so look within yourself and just try and work on your self-awareness as much as you can, right? That's at this point in your spiritual journey, Jess, that's the thing to look into. And it's about learning that it's not selfish to work on yourself. It's the least selfish thing you can do, because that way you can give more to the world. But look, another thing that goes with the Alice in Wonderland version of the Tarot Hermit here is that here is Alice in the background waving the white flag as the Knight, and this guy's also the Knight of Cups in this deck, rides away on his horse. She's very tearful to see him going. But in the story, he comes back and she does see him again. But the next time she sees him, she's sort of grown into a woman, because the journey of life is expressed in this deck as little Alice's journey through puberty or whatever to becoming a full-on woman. So this is a maturing of your spiritual nature. I know, Jess, for a while you've been quite a long time now, actually. You've been working on what direction to go in, and you've been taking all the advice as well from the spirit world and the readings. And that's what's happening, Jess. Sooner or later there comes a time when everything changes. Okay, but when you've gone through all those changes, you won't lose yourself. You'll be more yourself than ever before. Okay, so that's the Hermit card for you, Jess. Hope that helped you. And thank you, Jess, for all your support. I so appreciate it. I really do. Kat says, we appreciate you. Thank you, Kat. Yeah, I appreciate you guys too. Hi, Erin's son. Great to see you. Now then, guys, just a quick thing I want to shout out for here. Then I'm going to come to Kat May. But before I do, I've got my pen and my little notebook here tonight, because the channel is growing and it looks like it's going to keep on growing. I hope and pray it will keep growing. It would be wonderful to have some moderators, okay? And you wouldn't actually have to do anything. You wouldn't actually have to come to all the live videos. Just as per normal, come in when you feel like it. But if you're interested, I would really like to give some of you that little blue spanner. And, just... It would sort of help me out, makes things a bit more professional, and it's like someone to talk to other than me while I'm in the middle of a reading or a rambling like this. So if anybody wants to volunteer to be a moderator, let me know, and I will write your name down with the silver and gold pen of destiny. Sam, great. Okay, let's pop that down. Right, Sam, brilliant. Okay, Sam. I can't do it right this minute, but I'll do it after the video, okay? And Kat May, brilliant. As I say, you know, it's not like you would absolutely have to do it. It would just be really handy. Denise and Adrienne too. Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay. Oh, this pen. All right. Thanks so much, guys. And Erin, so go on, Erin. Why not? Okay. Can't seem to hold this pen very well tonight. It's because I'm a reader, not a writer, see. Hey, thanks very much for that, guys. I really appreciate it. Okay, well, I'll work out how to give you guys blue spanners, and you will have them very soon indeed. Thank you so much. Brilliant. Okay, and darkness as well. Well, yeah, why not? I will put your name down. Denise, yeah, got you. Brilliant. Brilliant. Kat. Thanks, Kat. So, okay. Now then, I was going to go and do a card for someone, and I think it was Kat. I think I was going to do a card for Kat. I'm kind of falling behind now, guys, so you're going to have to keep reminding me. Yeah, Kat May would love a card. Okay, let's do a card for Kat. Okay, staying with, I'm just going to pick one up because one dropped out there. This must be the card. This is for Kat May. It's the Eight of Swords, right? Now, it looks a very scary situation with a turbulent kind of sky blowing all around there. But the point of this card really is Alice actually could wriggle free of the sword that she's tied to here. It wouldn't be too difficult, or she could just like lean forward and pop the sword out of the ground and waddle off with the sword still tied to her and then get some kind soul to untie it. So, Kath, it's up to you whether to stay in this situation or not. Nothing is actually written in stone here either. It's very much a situation of game on. Things are happening. We can see the faces of some of the cards. Some things are already done. Some things you can't change. That's represented by the cards that you can only see the back of in this card. Okay, but it's 8. It's as above, so below. It's that divine energy flowing both ways. It is entirely up to you whether you keep on with this or not, Kat. Okay. What I would say is don't do anything that's going to sort of make your life hard or anything like that. Choose your own time. Choose your own time, okay? It's a very kind of, it's a grim scene, that one, you know. She's all tied up and the sky's all cloudy. But things can change. They really can. Okay, so it's an 8 card, which is a very kind of magical number. It's also a sword card, so it's like Gemini, it's Libra, Aquarius, the air signs. So it's kind of up in the air, Kat. Okay, not a hard and fast answer for you there, but that's showing that the spirit realms kind of feel for you, know what you're going through at the moment, and there is good energy there for you, most certainly. Okay, Aria Song, good evening to you. Lovely to see you. So glad you could join us. Yeah, okay. Haha, thank you, Denise. Well, maybe I'm too good doing these. I don't know, but you know, I'm sure I'm no better than anybody else. And this is the thing, you know, people go on these healing journeys and these journeys of learning, and we end up looking up to these people who kind of become spiritual teachers or figures. And when you actually meet them, they're very down to earth people, because what it really teaches you is how ordinary we all are. And what I'm always really hoping I can put across to people when I'm trying to teach things is, you know, all the magic is there in the real world, in real life. You know, it's dead real. It's dead normal. To be a spiritualist medium, I'm very often seeing signs around the room that are actually feeding the information to me. And I've got my spirit guide just telling me, you know, it's this, it's that, ignore the other, and this is what it is, you know. But it's very, very down to earth. You can actually hear that voice talking to you if you're on the mediumship wavelength. But that's mediumship. That's a particular thing, and you have to be on a wavelength, on the right wavelength for it. I'm very blessed to be on it, but it doesn't make me anything special. You know, that's the real crucial thing here. The other side of it is everybody is capable of developing their psychic sense. I can't emphasize that enough. Everyone, excuse me, everyone has got something psychic about them, and I did a wonderful service on Monday. It was on Zoom for a spiritualist church, and there was a lady's name there, and her name on the sort of Zoom list was Lilva. I've never heard of anyone called that, and it was actually two ladies' names joined together into one name because they're identical twins. And I've met identical twins before, but I've never met identical twins like this. They were so psychic with each other, you know. I thought they were conjoined for a minute, but since then I've seen pictures of them walking around individually, so they're not. But it was amazing. They were moving at the same time. They were saying the same things, quite random things in a conversation. And they were both saying the same thing at the same time. They were that much psyched up, okay? And they don't claim to be mediums, but their psychic sense, excuse me, that their psychic sense is so strong that they're that attuned to each other. And that is a gift we all have. We can all be that attuned to each other, whether that's as an empath, whether that's with healing, whether that's with pulling cards to people. Every one of you out there is psychic for sure. Beverly says, right now my ears tingle when spirits are around me, but I can't hear them yet. It'll come, Beverly. It will come, okay? I just, don't rush it, okay? Because once it comes in, you get no rest from it. Okay, but it will come, Beverly, it will. Because that tingling you're talking about, that really is awareness. That really is, it's like clairsentience, and the other clairs will come into play after it. Sometimes that's so true. I discovered last year I've got mild mediumship skills, which occurs spontaneous. I have no control at the moment. Okay. Well, I would say as well, Sam, with respect, if you don't mind me saying this, they're only mild at the moment. They'll get bigger and bigger, okay? They'll grow, they'll get stronger, right? The mildness is just kind of because it's... You look back one day and you'll realise you've been on this journey all your life, actually. That's the thing. But, it's only mild because you're just sort of coming into understanding it now. But it's going to grow and grow. They're working with you all the time in your dreams, Sam. In fact, I'm just playing with the cards and I got the death card again for you, Sam. So here's a card for you, Sam, yet again. There'll come a point when you can blow the candle out on the past, okay? And you'll be speaking your truth. And the mediumship will all be part of your truth, Sam. Yeah, it's just gonna go cosmic. Over 30 years of development. Why not? Why not? I was on a forum right in the early days, Sam and everyone, right in the early days, and someone asked me how long I'd been a medium. And when I got to thinking about that, I'd known at that point, I'd known I was a medium for about 6 weeks, but I started reaching back through my memories of time. And it goes back to about the age of 4 when I looked at the cemetery and I could see sort of dead people, so-called dead people walking about in their spirit form. But I just thought I was mad all those years in between. I really got it when I was 45. I'm 57 now. Read into that what you will, but it's going to be happening. It really is. Adrienne, Andy and friends, I'm going to be driving home from work in a few. Love and light to you, Adrienne. Thanks so much for joining us this evening, and I'll be around again at the weekend. I look forward to doing some more messages and chatting with you again, Adrienne. And thanks for all the love and light you put into this channel and all the support you give me. I really appreciate it. So love and light to you, Adrienne. Okay. Chris Engel, definitely dreams tell tales. Yeah, most definitely they do. Yeah, absolutely. And Kat says, like building muscle, the more you work, the more you will build it up. Exactly. And I think it's probably pretty strong with you, Sam. But, if you're seeing it as mild, that's cool. That's that's how it's meant to be at the moment. Don't worry. Don't let me or anyone else push you too hard. But you've really, you've really got it, Sam. I'm sure you've really got it. So just keep on working at it. Okay. Darkness wins. Will I be on unemployment in April and May? Twig. All right. Well, here's a tarot card by way of an answer to that, Darkness. Right. What we've got here is the 9 of Swords, 9 swords hanging over this person's head, representing a lot of tangled up fears and worries and concerns. And the message really is not so much a direct answer to your question as try and stop worrying about stuff. Okay. The overriding message of this is that everything's going to be okay. So you could take that as a yes if you like, but I don't want to be specific about April. I don't want to be specific about May. I believe everything's going to come right at the time it needs to come right. So there's nothing to worry about, Darkness, okay? Because the Darkness is trying to win in this card here, the 9 of Swords. This is the Mad March Hare in bed, and it's game on. He's trying to sleep in this bed, and it's a chessboard with a game of chess going on. So, he can't actually get to sleep because of all the stuff he's thinking about, worrying about. It is going to be all right. That's the bottom line. He sorts it out by sorting out one thing at a time, okay? On Darkness, one thing at a time. Things are going to come right for you. You just kind of got to take the bull by the horns and just keep going. I can't promise April. I can't promise May. But what the card is saying is it's okay. Whatever it is that worries you that might not be sorted out by April or May is going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Reassurance all the way, Darkness. Hope that helps you, my friend. Okay. Hello, Darkness, my old friend. As I can't sing, but that song. Hey, you're welcome, Denise. You're very, very welcome. Okie dokie. Now then, I saw Madhu here somewhere asking a question. I'm scrolling to look for it now because it's Madhu's turn. It really is. Okay. Where are we going? Oh, yeah, I will. Erin, yes, I'll add Twain. Okay. I'll ask her first, but I will add her. Yeah, okay. Right. Just looking for Madhu asks a question and I can't find it now. There we go. Madhu, why do I always see 3 crows and sometimes they do follow me and warn me too? Right. Well, they are messengers of spirit, messengers of the angels, I would say, as much as anything. But I mean, angels are all part of the spirit realms. But yeah, they're messengers. Where I live, we have a lot of hawks. We have red kites, we have buzzards, we have kestrels flying around all the time. And if anything's up, if anything's going to happen, I always get a buzzard or possibly even a red kite, but it's usually a buzzard. Will fly across in front of me as I'm walking along or driving along or whatever I do. So it's definitely, messengers of the gods in so many ways. It really is. Yeah. Chris is saying 5:34. Not sure what that means, but it's 10:48 here in UK at the moment. That's what it is. But I'm loving this video. I really am. Okay. Yeah, I should have a nice cold big glass of water, Darkness. I've got my nice cold water here, but it's actually in my glittering zebra cup. I just love this cup. It's so mad. But there's a tip for anyone, and a lot of you already know this, but take a drink of water whenever you're doing spiritual stuff. It just establishes a flow. It really does. Oh, that was Madhu. All right, I see. Oh, thank you. Hey, well, you're very welcome, Madhu. Okay, but it is, it's a message, and to kind of, to try and fill that out a bit for you, Madhu, it'll be an answer to some kind of question that you've got in your own mind. Okay. Sometimes you might find that it's a different number of crows. That's telling you something. Where you are when you see them, that's telling you something. If they're following you and then they turn away, that's telling you something. Go with the flow of that. Work with that, okay? And you'll get to know in such a strong way But it is definitely time for you to make some kind of move, Madhu. I'll say that. I don't know in what direction, but there's something you've been thinking about, something you've been planning, and the energy is behind. Kind of go for it, get something done about it, okay? Don't necessarily have to take the project through to completion, but just keep working on the project of your life at the moment, and that's going to make such a difference. It really is. You're a minute behind. Yeah, that happens, Sam. I was watching a live auction on, I think it was maybe Saturday night. I watched a live auction. Another of my favourite channels is called Tucker Upper, and they like do resale of restorage. They do resale of stuff they get out of storage units. That's what I'm trying to say. They were doing a live auction, and some of the bids were missing because it took so long for the bids to come through on the video link. Right. Sunny Delight is here. Hello, Sunny. Nice to see you. Can I have a card about a career change? I'm thinking about a career change. Okay. Right. What about a career change for Sunny? Let's see what we've got. Strength. Right. Okay. As you're looking around for a change of career, Sunny, this is the thing to bear in mind, right? It's the strength card. It's like, bite the bullet, okay? You're going to get an offer, right? And you're going to think, oh, I don't know if I'd be good enough for that. Trust the person who makes the offer, okay? And trust in yourself that they're seeing something in you that is there in you. And go ahead, go forward. Use, as much strength as you need to. You might not need to use anything like as much strength as you might fear, okay? But try and be fearless about it as much as you can. That is so important, okay, Sunny? As fearless as you can, because you are strong enough, okay? And you'd probably be driven into that situation. I think that there's just not going to be anything else on the table. So you're going to be kind of pushed in that direction. But fear nothing, Sunny, okay? You've got the personality, you've got the good vibration about you. You can make it happen, absolutely for sure. Cat saw two hawks in a courtship dance or flight today. Heard their song as they flew in circles. Beautiful, beautiful. And I bet there's something you can take away from that, Cat. I really do. Okie dokie. Where are the Ascending Masters tonight? Well, I've had them out actually once already, Philip. But you know what? I think I'll pull you a card from them, mate. I think you'd enjoy them. Tarot in Wonderland is cascading all over the floor at this point, but I've already picked this deck up. Let's do one for Philip, because Philip's a great supporter of this channel, actually. Really appreciate all the comments you leave, Philip. It's like, it's like having a mate to talk to, when I get my phone out and start looking at comments. Philip, right, here we go. See the other person's point of view. Avalokitesvara. I think I got that right. Avalokitesvara. See the other person's point of view. Okay. Oh, I see. And the Keepers of the Light. Ah, right. Ah, well, yeah, I got confused there because they are very, very similar decks in what they're all about. And this is called Ascended Masters. Well, I can't take it back, my friend. Right. See the other person's point of view. So there's a situation around you at the moment. And I don't feel this other person is being entirely fair to you, actually, Philip. But it's going to be important to try and see where they're coming from. That's going to allow you to negotiate the best way through the situation, kind of get the energy pointing in the right way. That's card number one. But look, let's get Coral Grey out as well. Why not? Come into something when I don't pull the Coral Grey deck out at some point in the readings. Here we go, Keepers of the Light. Let's do a Keepers of the Light card. In fact, let's do the next couple of readings out of Keepers of the Light. Why the hell not, eh? Why ever not? Okay. Right, so give me another one. We've had see the other person's point of view. Where else are we going for Philip now? Okay. Oh, all right, two came out, Philip. So, first one, the Holy Spirit, expect miracles. Same situation, okay? And the more you can see the other person's point of view, the more miraculous it's going to be. Once you start kind of trying to get in sync with people, even if they're not the people you really want to get in sync with, you'd be amazed at how the situation will transform, okay? It says, expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. And then the third card, or the second one from this, but the third of the three cards for you, Philip. Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. I drew this card for someone like 2 or 3 days ago. I think it was on Sunday night. Maybe that was you, Philip. And if it is, it's confirmation of that because it came out again. Okay. But yeah, trust your inner voice, mate. Okay. I don't know what this situation is, but it's the same situation where you've got to see the other person's point of view. Trust your inner voice. In some ways, I could say a message from another card in another deck, which is you are seeing the situation accurately, or you are seeing the situation as it is. Okay. Right. That's just, I'm surrounded by cards and my life is being taken over by decks of cards, which is no bad thing, actually. I can think of a lot worse things to be taken over by. Okay. Okay. Right. You're very welcome, Sonny. 2, 4. Okay, if anybody would like a card, I'm not really kind of wanting to end the video just yet. I've got a good sort of 10 minutes in me yet. If anybody else would like a card, if you've asked for one and I've missed you, or if you'd just like to ask for a card now, say the word, okay, and I'll draw you an Ascended Master. No, I won't. I'll draw you a Keepers of the Light card. That's what I'll do. If not, I'll just keep drinking water and talking. Only love is real. Absolutely, Chris. Absolutely. April Evans, me please. Okay, it'll be a pleasure, April. Let's delve into Keepers of the Light. I'll just do a bit more shuffling. Right, I flipped 2 out. You're going to get 2, April, right? Because 2 just flipped out with the deck and jumped out there. Number 1 for you, April, is, I'm being told, this one, Paul the Venetian. Experience and grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you, April. So, waves of inspiration, that is the kind of thing where we're actually being, we're sort of being spiritually trained by the angels, by the spiritual forces. Paul the Venetian was actually a great artist in his life on Earth. And it was because he studied in Venice, where all that amazing knowledge of art was. And so it's, you know, kind of think of the people who've gone before you, people who've taught you stuff spiritually in the past, maybe people who aren't there a part of your life at the present time. What did you learn from them, April? You know, what have you learned from your own life? Experience and grace as well, it says. Okay, so they are around you, they are teaching you. The other card I got for you, April, Kernunos, life force. Very Celtic, very pagan kind of energy here. It says, express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased, which is great stuff. Kernunos has got these ram horns pushing through, okay? So the energy, the spiritual teaching that you're getting, April, is the best kind. It's actually coming from the spiritual realms. It's coming in your dreams. And although some of it might come from other people, it's people who are sent into your life to actually make that real for you and make that happen for you. So kind of go at it fearlessly if you possibly can. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. There is just no stopping the energy when Kernunos comes into it. And April, I'm aware you're a very gentle kind of soul, you know, and that's a wonderful thing. You know, don't ever change that. But sometimes we have to be quite forceful, you know. Another part of my mediumship training, a wonderful medium called Meryl Ball, who sadly passed away, and she's no longer around on Earth. She once gave me a message as part of my training that I might have to be quite rude to some people and quite forthright. And yeah, I have. I mean, to do all the love and light, sometimes you've got to tell certain people to, you've got to use your swearing finger, basically. You've got to be quite forceful. Okay, so April, don't let people walk over you, my friend. That's so important. Right. Pammy is saying, bye, Andy. Thank you for the kind energy. You're very welcome, Pammy, and thank you for joining us. I don't know if you're even still here at this point, but let me just flash a card up for Pammy. Okay. Diana, focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Okay, Pammy, that is the most important one for you. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. And then you've got a very good chance of it working out that way. Okay, and thank you, Pam. Right, okay. Yeah, right. Okay, right. I'll do your Moonology cards in that case, there. It's right here. Let me just. I'm getting better at choosing cards without revealing the nasty, dirty mark on the back of my chair. Don't know why I revealed it there, actually. But I really like this chair. Right, so a Moonology card for Erin Sun. Okay, and let's just contemplate that a second while I shuffle. Give them a good shuffle. Should I continue getting back into tarot readings? Okay. I feel yes, right? Because you're drawn to tarot readers, aren't you? I think we met either through Kim Intuitive View or Celtic Tarot Sheila or Danny Shea Bathrobe Tarot. And I feel tarot is something you're being drawn to. You're being reminded of tarot again, basically, Erin. So I would say yes. Now that doesn't mean you can't do oracle cards. Not at all. It's just slightly different energy, slightly different way of working with the energies. Okay. Card for you I've got here. Ooh, first quarter moon, Erin Sun. First quarter moon, your commitment is being tested. Ooh, right. Well, I wasn't expecting it to say that, but there you go. It's always the last thing you expect. It was Celtic Tarot Sheila, yeah. So you see, you're drawn to the tarot side of things. You really are. You've got a knack for it. You've got a gift for it. But right at this moment, your commitment is being tested. But it's a first quarter moon is the nature of the Moonology card we've got here. And that is a time when there isn't that much cosmic energy going on in terms of astrology, and we're seeing astrology in this deck is like an analogy for everything else that's going on. Okay, so there's not that much energy going on at the moment, and that really is what's testing your commitment. It's just kind of, there doesn't seem to be work to do, but there's gonna be, Erin Sun. Okay, so I actually feel that maybe a new deck might be a good thing for you. I mean, there's nothing wrong with whatever decks you've got. I'm sure. I'm not being told there's anything wrong. But sometimes we get a new deck and it opens things up. For example, Tarot in Wonderland has got a totally different take on some of the cards. And yet, pretty much the same energy behind the cards. But like if we look at the Nine of Swords here, yeah? That I pulled for someone a little bit earlier this evening. I think I pulled it for Darkness Wins. It's a totally different take on the Nine of Swords. And yet, it's got the 9 swords. It's got all the images you need. But I've really loved working with this deck, actually. And I look forward to working with it more in the future. So check out decks, okay? That's what's coming in for me, for you on a psychic level, Erin. Yeah? Check out different decks. See what you like the look of. See what you're drawn to. It doesn't always work. I have got decks here that I never pick up. You might remember around Christmas time I was doing a lot with Tarot del Fuego. I love the images, but I'm not being drawn to read with it. No doubt my guides will tell me to read with it the next time I do a video and show me who's boss. But decks come and go. It's the energy of the tarot that really matters, and it's strong for you, Erin Sun. Very strong. Nicola, I love working with this deck. And Nicola, you were asking for a card as well, weren't you, Nicola? So let's actually do a card from this very deck for Nicola. Okay. King of Swords. Whoa, right. Okay. So, Nicola, you've got a situation in mind, something going on in your life, and you're going to have to actually make a move. Okay, there's no backing down when you get this card, and there's no walking on eggshells either. Really, push ahead, okay? And if you feel you're having to walk on eggshells around someone to get round whatever's in the way of you actually doing what you want and what you need to do, Nicola, just go ahead and do it, okay? The King of Swords, that's the energy that's behind you. It's mighty energy. It's powerful energy. And, you know, he's an egg. And that's why I'm thinking walking on eggshells here. Okay. Very solid brick wall there. Okay. But, yeah, push ahead, Nicola. Because you two are... excuse me. You two are a very gentle soul, Nicola. A very gentle soul. And... when you're a very gentle kind of a soul, it can be very difficult to decide you're really going to push ahead with something, you know. In fact, as I'm doing a clenched fist gesture, I don't think you're someone who, like, forces your way through life or anything like that. But sometimes you just kind of got to get things done. It's going to leave you in a better place, Nicola. That's what I'm saying. Okay, and I'm just going to quickly, I've got to keep saying this for entertainment purposes only, all right? But I totally believe that, Nicola. I totally believe it. Let's do you another one to just get some more info on that. And what have we got? Oh, strength card again. Okay, so yeah, you will have the strength you need to be forceful. There we go. Twice it's come up now. So 2 cards actually, Nicola. Yeah, bottom line there. Okay, somebody was asking me for a spirit message just a second ago. Pamela Mackenzie, love and light to you. Is there a message from my husband? Okay. Yeah, Pamela. I don't know if you're someone who sees yourself as a medium or has any interest in that, but you're being shown signs, okay? And this message is from your husband, but not all the signs you're seeing, excuse me, not all the signs you're seeing are from your husband. They're from other spiritual entities, positive spiritual entities. But you are actually being led along a path, okay? So, Pamela, listen to your dreams. Super important, that one, for anyone who's interested. Well, you know, for anyone at all, actually. But particularly for spiritual development. Listen to your dreams. You're not going crazy. You're not going nuts. A lot of us feel that, okay? I was taken to psychologists and all sorts when I was a kid because of the things I was seeing and picking up on. But yeah, Pamela, you're not going mad. What the signs you're picking up on are absolutely real. There's a lot of love coming from your husband, and he is certainly a part of it. But there's development going on with you, my friend. Okay, that really sums it up in a nutshell. Hope that helps you, Pamela. I really do. Okay. Pamela, I'm a medium. I love doing that. Yes, he does come into my dreams. Great. Great. Okay. You are a medium. Great stuff. But there's some development going on. Okay. And no matter how good mediums get at being mediums, there's always a stage further. You can always go. You know, I'm not even going to say the sky's the limit. There are absolutely no limits on mediumship. What you can do for yourself, for other people, and where it can take you. No limits at all. Okay, so you will be getting somewhere. Twainer is here. Hi to you, Twainer. Well, maybe your ears were burning because Erin, I was asking earlier if people would be kind enough to act as moderators on the channel. And Erin Sun said that you would probably be interested in that. So, Twainer, can I write your name down as a moderator and then give you one of those blue spanner things, please? Would that be okay? Got the pen is poised. You wouldn't have to do anything, you know. So I want to have quite a few people. So there's always at least a couple of mods on. Brilliant. So okay. Thank you, Twainer. Thank you very much. I will write that down. You know what? You're saying sorry I'm late, but I think people come in at the right time for the right reason. I think all these things are timed somehow. I really do. Okay. So yeah, Twainer, I'm going to do a card for you in just a second, but I'm going to answer a question from someone first. Just while I'm shuffling the cards for Twainer. Where are we going? Debbie, I was told a long time ago that you're not supposed to read on yourself with tarot because you would not get a true reading. Is that true? Well, Debbie, I think it's largely true. I've tried reading for myself at times when it really matters, and every tarot card in every deck, although the decks are always different, every card has several different things in it that you could pick up on, and it's very easy to be reading for yourself and just kind of pick out the part subconsciously, not deliberately, subconsciously pick out the part of the card that you think is speaking to you. It's much better to get it from a reader, from a reader who's not involved in the situation and who can be totally kind of impartial and just give you that gut feeling, right? At the same time, I'm not a big stickler for rules like that, Some people, I think, stick to the rules far too much. It's all about spirit guides. It's all about the angels and the energies of this earth as well that we all work with. And sometimes those energies haven't read the book that says, that you shouldn't do these things. So I know I'm being a bit vague there, but generally speaking, I think it's pretty difficult to do your own readings. The only thing about that is tarot readers would say that, wouldn't we? Because we sell readings, and I sell readings. 35AND83@gmail.com if you would like to arrange one. But I'm not saying that to sell you a reading. That's why I do this stuff very seriously. That's why I do these as well, because I do want people to be able to get kind of spiritual messages through without having to pay out money. It takes time, and time is money, and I could do with making money, but that's why I'm trying to sort of build my channel up. And by supporting the channel, by watching the videos, by subscribing, by commenting, by coming on the lives and putting your lovely energy in to this like you all do, that is going to get me to the point where I can make a little bit of YouTube money, and that, I hope, ultimately is going to mean that the readings all get paid for that way. So we're all good as far as the exchange of energy is. Really, we are. We really are. Okay. Twainer, card for you. A time for healing. Balsamic moon. I'm not sure what balsamic means, but this is for you, Twainer. Okay, a time for healing. I feel that things have gone a bit quiet. Now, we were talking just the other week, and I know you're sort of wondering about getting back to work and everything. This card is saying, actually use this time for healing, And I seem to remember as we were talking about that, I was saying it's important to wait actively, to actually try and manifest what you want to bring into being, to actually make happen, Twainer. And this is that in a lot of ways, but it's also a time for healing. And I know you're very actively involved in healing others, but it's a good time to draw some healing in for yourself, Twainer. That's the overbearing feeling I get for this. It's the kind of heaven can wait would be a good way of expressing it. The universe is a timeless thing, and during the course of your life, Twainer, you will achieve everything that you need to achieve, everything you were put on this earth to achieve. We all do. We never know the number of our days. We never know how long we're going to keep going, as it were. But, we all can keep going as long as there are more things for us to do. So take this time to heal within yourself, Twainer. That's the message. And I'll just show the card again. Balsamic moon. Okay. Hope that helps you, Twainer, and thanks for coming on board. Darkness wins. I've told you about 10 different things that the cards say for you so far. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm feeling like I'm going to give you another one. Right, darkness wins. Luck is on your side. That's what these cards say for you. New moon in Sagittarius, okay? So, and that's interesting actually, because we're early in the moon at the moment, and the moon is going to enter Sagittarius in about 23 hours from now. Okay, wherever we are in the world, about 23 hours from now. Excuse me, the moon is going to be entering Sagittarius. So this really is the energy of the moment, darkness. That means let your thoughts go out there. Try and kind of do things that you want to do, the things you're drawn to do, the things you feel good about, even if you think you can't achieve them, because luck is on your side. Okay, darkness. Now then. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean, Sam. Yeah, that's just it. You know, you do actually get the meaning, but it's not till after it happens. And this is why I've never specialized in astrology. I'm very interested in astrology, but I tend to find that for me at least, some astrologers can predict things very accurately by it, but for me, I find that astrology is great for understanding why something happened last week, you know, and it all falls into place. But I can't predict things by it. There is an astrologer on YouTube who can, and he spectacularly predicted the fall of Colonel Gaddafi, or was it General Gaddafi, who was the chief of the Libyan nation at the time. And he was actually live on the radio. He did this astrological radio show every week on Glastonbury Radio. It was a great show. He went on for about 3 hours every time. It was amazing. He's called Steve Judd. Steve, J-U-D-D. And he is on YouTube. He knows astrology. He's an amazing astrologer. He really knows the whole thing. He's astonishing. And one week he said, you know, I predict that next Friday while I'm on air, this is going to happen. And he worked it all out from the movements of the stars. And he said, you know, a major world leader in a very hot country is going to be either assassinated or otherwise killed or somehow swept from office. And Gaddafi was out of office during his show the following Friday. He got it absolutely right. That impressed me so much. But my own knowledge of astrology, I can't predict stuff. I really can't. And that's why I go with the tarot. That's why I go with spirituality. Because when you're working with angels and spirit guides, it's coming straight from the horse's mouth, you know. So, yeah, absolutely agree there, Sam. You know, and sorry you went through that with your dad, of course, as well. But yeah, you know, when we read for ourselves, we don't really know what we're seeing. We don't really know what we're being told. In particular, my girlfriend left me a long time ago. And I was devastated. I loved her so much. And I kept doing tarot readings to see if she was coming back to me, you know. And I must have done 4 or 5 readings a day on that. And they didn't, you know, nothing the cards seemed to be saying to me actually ever happened, even though so much hung on it for me. So really, I should have gone to another reader. I didn't. I just stewed in my own juices, but that's what I should have done. Flirty Butterfly, will I get pregnant this year with twin boys? What do you mean? You want twin boys to get you pregnant? Or you want to... Sorry, that's very rude of me to say that. Okay, I'm going to do a pendulum reading for you with that one. Okay. Will I get pregnant this year with twin boys? It's kind of it's almost 3 questions in one, that one. But I'll try. Just going to let this pendulum steady up. Now, I absolutely can't promise anything, Flirty Butterfly. I trust the energies here and I trust this implicitly, but there are actually laws about psychics telling you about being pregnant and the sex of the baby and how many of them and everything. And, okay, this is for entertainment only. I hate to say it. I believe in this absolutely, but take this with a pinch of salt, Flirty. It's a yes. It's a big yes. Okay? There's no hesitancy at all about this pendulum. That is a yes. Okay? So I wish you well with that. I wish you luck with that. Maybe they'll be identical twins. they'll have a psychic link. That would be fantastic. That would be absolutely fantastic. Okay. Yeah, Beverly. That was very naughty laugh that. I just, I won't even begin to tell you what went through my mind at that moment. But yeah. I used to have a fantasy about getting twin girls pregnant. I never did it though. Oh, dear me, dear me. Right, okay, we're waxing on a bit sort of late now in the day, so I'm thinking of starting to wind things up. But before I do, I'm going to do a card for everyone here, because it's not the spiritual energy that's dropped this time, it's mine, because I'm working like a coal miner, digging through the ground all the time. It's amazing. I'm twins and triplets running your family. Okay. Well, it felt like twins that we were getting a yes to rather than triplets, but who knows? Looks positive. It looks really positive, Flirty Butterfly. And thanks for joining us. I don't think I've met you before, Flirty Butterfly. If I haven't forgotten, I apologise, but I'm really, really glad you came along and joined us. You've got some nice energy going on there, my friend. You really have. So thanks for coming on in. But yes, gardening, right, this might give you a laugh. It gave me a big swearing session, actually. When I first started trying to grow my own veg, I'd dig in the garden, and I'd get about 1 foot down, and I was trying to make really deep beds, because you can pack the veg in more closely in deep beds and get a higher yield, because they can grow down, not just out. Oh, you're a new subscriber. Great. Thank you. Thank you for that. That really helps, Flirty. Thanks. Thank you very much. So I dig down. Whenever I got like 1 foot down, it'd be rock solid and I'd be smashing into the ground. And I had to get this big heavy metal spike and smash into the ground to get through. And I noticed wherever I was in the garden, I always hit this rock about 1 foot down. And then someone whose grandfather used to, no, actually his father, someone whose father was born in this house and knew the house, said, oh, well, yeah, I should have told you. In the 1920s, that was a stone courtyard, and it's just soil on top of a solid rock courtyard. So that's why I couldn't get through it. But hey, as I did get through it, I got lots of rocks to put around my vegetable beds. Hello, Vanessa. Hey, great to see you, Miss Nessa. Thank you so much for joining us. Really good to see you. Do you feel I will find out I'm pregnant before my birthday in September? Wow. Well, I felt it was going to be later in the year, and September is later in the year. So, Right, by way of an answer to that, this one, Flirty Butterfly, Horus, Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. So if they are occurring, right, they're possibly even occurring already. Yeah. I don't know about that in terms of the pregnancy, but the events that will lead to that pregnancy are actually happening already. That's the significance of miraculous changes in this card. Cosmic Gateway, your thoughts are magnetic. You can draw all the best experiences around that pregnancy to yourself at the moment, Flirty, just by kind of being as tuned in as you can be. Take some time to meditate and ask the angels, not just for what you want, but for how you want it to be, how to get the highest, best good from the situation for you. Okie dokie, right. Vanessa, I'll come to you in a tick. Oh, Philip, good night, mate. Thank you very much for coming on. Great to see you. Love and light. Okie dokie. Chris Engel, will I reconcile with my ex? He's Scorpio, I'm Pisces. Okay. In fact, no, Tarot of the Sephiroth for this one. What we got with Tarot of the Sephiroth. Just going to split the deck for this one. Okay. Right. The Sun. Right, well, I'm not giving you an absolutely spot-on answer to this one at the moment, Chris, okay? But we've got the Sun card here. That tends to be good news, right? whatever's going to happen is what's meant to be. I would say what you feel in your heart is actually meant to be. Now look, these characters, the male one's looking away and the female one's looking towards him here. Okay, so there's still a link there, there's still an interest. He's not flying away, he's just looking the other way. Okay, so there is every hope for a reconciliation there. And most importantly with this card, Chris, the Sun, they're both standing here with a harp, okay? They've both got their hands on the same harp. The harp is representing kind of celestial oneness, celestial functionality, because it's not the kind of harp we have these days. It's what's called a harp of David, the harp that the Bible character David was actually playing on when he wrote the Psalms. So it's very spiritual music, and it's making music together, Chris. I wish you the very best of that luck with that one, my friend. You know, thanks for your question. Okay. Flirty, you're a real and hard to go. Many blessings to you. Thank you very much, Flirty. Many blessings to you as well. And, you know, I love being a reading. I'm so happy with that. I really am. Yeah, I really am. Okay. What was Vanessa's question? I saw a question from Vanessa. Here we go. Will I get the trainer position at my job? I have an interview tomorrow for the position. Right. 4 of Wands, Vanessa. That means there's going to be an event, and it's nice 4 square card here. You know, the 4 shows kind of things working out, things coming right. And there's this sort of golden roof on top of it as well. The energy we've got here, we've got Venus, and we've also got Aries. So, Vanessa, you're going to have to really kind of try and be forceful, you know. You'll have to gauge the situation, because you don't want to be too forceful at an interview. You've got to be the sort of person they want to have around, but they obviously want a go-getter, okay? So really put your best foot forward, Vanessa. It's looking pretty good, okay? The only shadow here is being cast by the golden roof, and you kind of want that golden roof because it's cloudy in the background and you don't want to get rained on. Okay. So I'd say that's a yes, Vanessa, okay? But it's giving you some advice there. So be Aries, be the ram, push through, make it happen. Okie dokie. You're very, very welcome. Sanab Gohar, will me and Usman reconcile romantically, or will he choose the Pisces? Okie doke, let's see what we get with this one. Just looked up at my clock, guys, and it's getting late. I might draw this to a close soon. But, right, this is for Zanab. Okay, me and Usman romantic. I've got the 6 of Cups for you here. Very positive energy, okay? But the 6 of Cups comes just after the 5 of Cups, and there's a sense of bereavement and hopelessness with the 5 of Cups. So this is moving forward in a very positive direction. I really feel that the misery that you've been through, Zanab, you're going to be lifted out of that misery, okay? But the cups also represent longings and desires and the things you really want, you know, your heart's desire. And so it's actually not just the relationship, it's about things coming into balance as well, really. But it's a positive card. I'm feeling that's a yes, Zanab. I'm feeling that's a yes. So thanks for coming on board. Thanks very much for your question. I got to say, guys, I just got to say this a few times in each video, for entertainment only, YouTube. Okay, I believe in this stuff totally, but I can't make 100% hard and fast promises about anything I'm saying here tonight. But, you know, I believe in it, and I guess if you guys didn't believe in it, you wouldn't be watching. And that looked very much like a yes to me. Okay, might take a bit longer than you think, Zanab. That's the only thing I'm going to say. Might take a bit longer than you think. I don't think this is going to happen overnight. I don't think it's going to be super soon. Okay, but you know, it's on the cards and it's looking good for you. It really is. So on that note, my friends, I'm not going to do any more requests this evening, but I'm going to end with a Moonology card for everyone who's here watching tonight. Okay, I found the deck. Right, okay, this is a nice card for everyone who's here tonight, right now. Okay, this is your card, whoever you may be. Full moon in Libra, so balance, okay? And it says a win-win outcome is forecast. That is so positive, okay? So, you know, play to win, guys. Play to win in whatever you're doing as you go forward. Would you, Nicola? Lovely. Thank you very much. I did think of asking you, actually. I was going to ask you. So, yeah, thanks, Nicola. I'll write it down and I will supply you with a spanner as soon as I learn how to do it. Then next time you'll have a blue spanner, which is great. But yeah, guys, a win-win outcome is forecast. Okay, so yeah, like I said, play to win. Expect the best, okay? That's the last thing they'll be expecting you to expect. Okay, but you know, if it's the law of attraction. If you go out there believing that you've got a good chance of winning, and you take a winning attitude, you're much more likely to give off all the vibes you need to give off to make it actually happen. Sam, you think I'll be able to give up my job soon? Depends what you call soon, Sam. You're in the last sort of stages before that can happen, but I feel there's a fair bit more work to be done yet. I feel that journey is a bit longer yet, put it that way. But with that, Sam, I have come to pretty well the end, and the energy is dropping a bit. I can't really pad that out with any serious information there. It's just not coming into me. But I got very clearly not yet, okay? But one day, most certainly, keep on giving it your best shot, because as you're still doing the job at the moment, you're building up something very positive, which is going to help you in the future. So don't be in too much of a hurry to move on from it, Sam. Okay, but you will move on from it, my friend. And, you know, they did say you're in the latter stages of it there. Okay, friends. Well, absolutely brilliant. Aaron, son, thank you for being here for us. I really appreciate it. Okay, well, many blessings to you all. I really appreciate you being here for me, all you guys, and Aaron, son. But, you know, absolutely all you guys. Thanks ever so much to everyone who's kindly agreed to be a moderator. I will get the spanners flying around as soon as I possibly can. I really appreciate that, guys. I absolutely love the energy you guys bring to these readings. I really do. It's a pleasure. I look forward to sitting here, you know. First time I ever did a live, I didn't know what it was going to be like. It was, you know, but no, you guys are great, and you're always here, and it's just brilliant. And I love doing these readings. I love being a medium. I love being a reader. And if you guys didn't come on and ask questions, I wouldn't be able to do it. That's simple. Okay. So it's big love, it's big light, it's serious angel blessings, and I'll see you all again very soon, my friends. Oh, yeah, you too, Kat. Have a great night. Okay, yeah. Love, light, blessings, and